All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with Tom Brady and the defending Super Bowl champion New England Patriots.
I felt like Joe.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This is fielded at the goal line. Gets past one man. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Wait, that's wide 20. Right there in the middle, 55. Hey, we got to get this stop here, team. Regular.
Now the leading rusher for the Pats last year is a rookie, Sony Michel. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. Well, there's no shortage of great young runners in the NFL, but don't forget about that guy, Sony Michel. First-round pick in 2018. Almost hit 1,000 yards as a rookie, 931 to be exact, to go along with 6 scores for the former Georgia Bulldog.
Here we go again. Check. 72. Hey, check 24. When he hit. Hey, 66.
On second down, Michel. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Strip that ball. X3. 218. Jump. Tighten up. Motion. When he hit.
They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. Up to make the stop, the Texans' leading tackler a year ago, Zach Cunningham.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. Now they're throwing Brady. And he'll get that to Michel, complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on third? Shotgun now for Brady. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 45-yard line.
First down, New England.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big. But sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz. And even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
25, check 25, check 25.
On second down, it's White. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though.
Jugger!
Play action. Now it's Brady. Trying to squeeze it into Edelman, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Edelman was the intended target. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter,
bro, this bump's so hard.
First interception.
And that last one. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard.
I just stopped playing in the red light.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Fucking base just kicked in. All I see is some dude's head turn around real quick and look at the truck.
Start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
52's the mark, boys. 52. We are.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Oh, excuse me.
Check that. 19. Check 53's Mike. Big stop, G. Big 54. Mike.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Bro, Josué, have you seen that somebody for the Jeep that go like fucking
and only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
What? Fucking hawk. They look like a Hawkeye. Or they go explain it. No, for the lights.
No score after
one
on EA Sports.
A Halo light?
For the second quarter from Houston, it's the Texans.
I don't know. They want Halo light. They're
football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
I don't even know how to explain it. Like they had little fucking plastic metal flap covering the lights to make it look like an eye.
Yeah, it's like part of the grill.
No, yeah. And yeah, because
Hey. We got 3 down.
second down now. It's Miller. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line.
Like, makes it look mean.
Yeah, like aggressive.
But only 2 yards to show for it.
Like what I
There to
have.
be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case
Yeah, but
of
your headlights are more exposed. Ooh.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route, got to know where the first down sticks are.
What about those niggas out there? I told him I can't hear Rainbow.
No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
I was gonna bust at you and wonder why I can't.
3 points on the board. About guarantee you, Bill
the volume on Rainbow.
Just thinking to himself, we need to use him a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
Come back.
Yeah, he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
What the fuck?
His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course,
felt
remember
like
back to their first drive,
bro. It felt like
really
a
strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Switch gears, switch gears. Check 3, check 3. Check 13.
Keeping it on the ground on first, Michelle. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Wait, set. Round 80. Round 80. Hey, go 66. Hey, 4-1 Mike. 4-1 Mike. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
On second and 11 now. Brady over the middle. Julian Edelman. It's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now, how many times have we seen that? Third down and Tom Brady turning to old reliable Julian Edelman. Of course, no Rob Gronkowski now. Edelman, the main holdover, the 33-year-old who was the Super Bowl MVP last season.
Wait, set. 180. 41 to Mike. I'm coming after you.
Vamos arriba.
Hey, 66. 41.
Brady going to try and throw on third down. That's out to his running back, Michelle. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michelle. DJ Reader there on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down. Michelle. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Brady's throw on third down there is incomplete.
Wait, he dropped it too? He dropped it too? Bro. I got a distance catch work for everyone
for the Pats field goal try. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that's off the right upright. And it bounces away. And this score will stay right where it is.
I don't understand how there's one in any dome stadium.
He had plenty of leg to get
like
there. It's
7 or 6 win, like a certain way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football.
I don't know how he dropped the ball when I possess and catch, bro.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Like,
one thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From just shy of midfield, Watson over the middle, it's Fells. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Miller.
Oh, come on.
He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Any team that successfully runs a toss play cannot do it with an offensive line that can't move. You've got to have mobile players, especially those tackles, who can move laterally and seal the edge in order for the back to get upfield.
The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. This is Miller. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On second down, here's Miller. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Let's go, B. Big series right here.
On third down, Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Texans push further out in front. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point.
Fucking mom reset at the end and I just fucked it up.
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10.
In the first start of the game.
I've been lagging all game.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. incomplete. That's White. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That one a first down pickup of 8. Of course, this building played host to Super Bowl 51, the biggest comeback in Super Bowl history. Tom Brady and these Patriots came storming back from that 28-6 deficit to shock Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons for yet another Super Bowl title. And now they're back here for this bout. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now a signal and a timeout call.
That's the worst timing in history.
To go in this first half of play. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
Huh? Rainbow. Can I get my platinum again?
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Yes, sir.
The final shot before half for Brady. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Is Quick going to get on for...
Who needs a halftime? Am I right? Huh? Let's resume play. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Watson, off play action. Being chased out left. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he slides to avoid the hit. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progression. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll run on first down. Miller. Lamar Miller. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller with touchdown number 20 of the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And it's Michel once again. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 13 at a New England 1st down. Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Freeman again, a 1st down carry. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
I don't want to go outside of it.
Devontae Freeman. Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? You know, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They run. Devontae Freeman. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Tashawn Gibson there on the tackle. On 3rd down, it's Freeman, and they stop him short of the 1st as he can only get to the 20. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll run it, Freeman. And they'll get this down to the 10. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
That was 4th and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't 4th and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL, this is a passing down, all right? This is not a running down. That takes a lot of guts to call that play and even better execution.
On 2nd down now, it's Freeman, and he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. Run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it. This is White. He's fighting, but they're not going to let him in. Stopped at the 2-yard line. The run on 4th and goal from the 4 is stopped short. And the shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario
Bro, I had
right
my
now.
fucking speakers on earlier. That shit was fucking
any rush offensively. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Damn, that fucking
like an
shooting.
example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out.
Some YouTuber did it
blocking,
twice.
getting downfield, helping him out.
He did it twice.
Screenshot it and put a fork in it.
Hey, how can I put a
First down. It's Miller.
Put a fucking fork.
It's another 10 yards on that one and another first
Put a
down.
fork there.
I really don't know what his name was. I follow him. Go ahead and reset the router.
So Houston going to come away here with
That's
the
what my family
victory.
ended up doing.
And this
My
was
family ended up
truly a
resetting
total
it.
team effort,
Started
Charles, on
lagging.
both sides of the ball.
I'll
They
say
absolutely
they
pitched a
reset it
shutout,
even
so
more.
it
They're
can't get
just
much
gonna
better
lag.
than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their
I
part
ain't
as
gonna
well.
say
They
they
moved
get
the
2
ball up and down the
losses, so I might as well
field.
just
So
take
you
1
gotta
loss.
like what you saw.
Oh,
Would they
fuck.
call that a total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game
I was
balls,
just lagging too much.
guys
I
from
couldn't
both sides
tackle
will end
or
up getting
do
one.
anything on defense.
So for the Texans,
annoying, so
the
that's why I
win
just
moves them
said
a
to leave
couple
it to
games
that.
over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year.